Hello, my name is Taylor. Several people have been asking for me to share my Playbill collection, and while I would love to post pictures of them all on Tumblr, there's quite a bit. So, I decided I would make a collection video. So this is the first part of my collection, and there will be a three different video parts. And then I'll do a room tour, because there's a bunch of stuff on my walls that I can't show you because I can't take them off of my walls. Let's get started! First, I have Carrie the musical from that little theater outside of LA, La Mirada. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm probably saying it wrong. But this got amazing reviews, so I wanted it because I love Carrie the musical. Next, and I got that on eBay. Next, someone sold this to me on Broadway World, and I really wanted it, so I bought it for $15. It was the One Night Only Bombshell concert, so that's really cool. I have a cast sign playbill from the Heidi Chronicles. Really wanted to see this. I'm sad it closed. This is an opening... not an opening night. Where's the opening night? I think this is for trade, actually. I have an opening night one that's also signed. I have this catalog from the 92Y, signed by Andrea Martin, when I met her and went to her book signing, and Nathan Lane was there, and it was really cool. So that was neat. The color version of The Bridges of Madison County. Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Disgraced. This was so good, you guys. Go see a regional production if you can. Opening Night with the Seal from Big Fish. First Wives Club in Chicago. I saw this show. I loved it. Don't listen to the haters. I'm so sad it's not coming to Broadway, but I have like 5 of these because I liked it. This is Bonnie and Clyde at Derby Dinner Playhouse, which is somewhere that they put on shows in southern Indiana, and it's a dinner theater, but it's professional, so it was really good, and I'm glad I finally got to see it. This is from a talent show at my school. It's not important. Another local high school show, they wrote it. It's about a circus. From a community theater, The Color Purple, another really great production in Louisville, Kentucky. That same theater that did The Color Purple, they did Avenue Q, another really great production. I believe I have a playbill from the City Center production of The Bandwagon, and I wrote to them, and they just sent it, and it was signed by Laura Osnes, so I was like, okay, that's cool. Pre-off-Broadway Heathers, signed by the cast when it was in LA. I sent this to them, and they signed it for me, which was really nice of them. Heather Off-Broadway Original Cast. Heather Off-Broadway Pride Playbill. Cast sign Dogfight Playbill. I got this on eBay for like $5. Or from a seller on eBay for like $5. I don't think they knew what they had. But, yeah, so that's cool. Cast signed Big Fish from that same person. Cast signed Addams Family from the non-equity tour that came through Louisville. I saw it twice. More First Wives. A Christmas Story the Musical, unsigned. Grace. The Glass Menagerie. Don't Dress for Dinner. Scandalous. Forbidden Broadway, Alive and Kicking. Sorry, I just know that song. Forbidden Broadway Comes Out Swinging. Another City Center Encore one, and they don't put their artwork on front, so you always have to look inside. And what is it? It's from Faust. Anything Goes from when I saw the tour, and Fred Applegate signed it. That was really cool. I sent that to him when he was in The Last Ship. Couldn't think of the name. Addams Family from the first time I saw it. I didn't get the cast to sign it, though. Cast signed How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Opening night partial cast signed Aladdin Playbill. That's cool. Playbill signed by, or program signed by Audra McDonald when I saw her. And I'm really sad because the autograph is smudged. And I don't have another one, so I can't, like, send it to her and ask her to sign another one. Oh well, though. Oh well. Original cast Annie. It's really old. I had to tape it. 9 to 5 at Derby Dinner, which was the same place that did Bonnie and Clyde. This one is the non-equity tour of A Christmas Story, which I saw and it was wonderful. Anything Goes, signed by all the ensemble members and Laura Osnes, if you can see her, she is right there, right there. Gigi, Victoria Clark, and no one else. The Drowsy Chaperone. A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, signed by the principal cast members from when I saw it. Wonderful show, go see it. Gentleman's Guide Pride from its first year. No, from the first year they did Pride. Beautiful, from the first year they did Pride. Beauty and the Beast non-equity tour from when I saw it. Cast signed Playbill from Chicago, the tour, and I wrote to Roz Ryan, who is amazing, and she sent it to me, and she's just awesome, and I love her. The 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee original Broadway cast. Cast signed re-revival Playbill from Cabaret with Michelle Williams and Alan Cumming, so that's really cool. And I got that before they like started asking for donations, so that was cool. Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Partial cast signed by some of the band members and Lena Hall, and this was from when Angie Randalls was in it, but he didn't sign it. Oh my gosh, look what it is. It's more First Wives Club. Bonnie and Clyde, signed by Jeremy Jordan. I sent that to him when he was in Finding Neverland, but it got there late, and so he never got it. Well, he did get it, but it took forever because they had to forward the mail to him. It was a long story. It took like 6 months, but it's here now, so it's okay. Cast signed, original Broadway cast of A Christmas Story. Fun fact, Erin Dilly is amazing, and I'm going to see her in Into the Woods at the Muni. What? Midwest. The Anarchist, signed by Patti LuPone. I know absolutely nothing about this show, but apparently it was fucking crazy. And kind of boring. Hit List, concert playbill from 54 Below, signed by Jeremy Jordan. A community theater production of Big. Another First Wives Club. Cast sign, First Date. Cast signed, Holler If You Hear Me. I got this through fan mail, and I got it, and it's signed by somebody on the back. I got this through fan mail, and it came a day after they closed, because if you follow Broadway news, it closed very, very quickly. Another thing signed by Andrea Martin from the 92nd Street Y. She was super nice to sign that for me. Guys and Dolls, signed by Faith Prince. She signed this for me at the Broadway Flea Market like 2 years ago. Evita Revival. Hands on a Hard Body, signed by the cast. Got this at the Broadway Flea Market for like $5. Cinderella, signed by the closing cast, including Keke Palmer and Nene Leakes. Cinderella, signed by Carly Rae Jepsen, Fran Drescher, and the rest of the principal cast members. And this is not stamped. Fran Drescher, at the beginning, she was like stamping, like she had a stamp on the playbills with her signature, because apparently the ink like made her nauseated, but then she got a lot of Twitter backlash for it. They were all like, that's not an autograph. And then she started signing them like a normal person signs stuff. And so that's really cool and really rare, because she didn't do that for a lot of them. Another Cinderella playbill signed by Paige when she was in it, and Nancy Opal, who I love. This was like right before Keke Palmer, and they like started really stunt casting the show. Ghost, signed by Bryce Pinkham. Got that through fan mail. He's really, really cool. Cabaret Pride. Cinderella, signed by members of the original Broadway cast, including Victoria Clark, Laura Osnes, Santino Fontana, and Harriet Harris. And where's... Oh, and Ann Harada. There she is. And Ann Harada also signed it. I can't open this because it's in packaging, but it's A Bed and a Chair, signed by Jeremy Jordan. I don't know if you can see that, because the lighting is not very good. Cast sign, Pride Playbill, Bullets Over Broadway, also signed by the dog. I appreciated that. Original cast of the revival, Guys and Dolls. Cast signed A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder right after Jane Carr and Lauren Worsham left. How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, signed by Victoria Clark. Casa Valentina, Pride Playbill. Cast signed Chaplin. I love Chaplin, guys. Original cast Chicago Playbill, signed by B.B. Newworth. Disaster, signed by the cast. Annie Warbucks, the second sequel to Annie off Broadway. This is really cool. It is. Annie 2, the first attempt at a sequel to Annie. It didn't do very well because it was awful. Annie, Get Your Gun, when Reba was in it. I love Reba McEntire, you guys. She's so good. I just bought her new album, and I'm just like... That's what I was. Anything Goes, signed by Patti LuPone. Anything Goes, signed by Sutton Foster. A Random Postcard from Annie. Community Theater Annie. The, 90s revival of Annie, when Sutton Foster was in the ensemble. Which is really funny to think of Sutton Foster in the ensemble, but... There she be. There she be. She was the star to be, and the dog catcher, and a servant. Anne. Finding Neverland, from American Repertory Theater before it moved to Broadway, signed by the cast. Carrie the Musical, from Seattle, signed by Alice Ripley, Keaton Whitaker, Kendra Kesselbaum, and the rest of the cast, and there's some people that signed on the inside. That's really cool, because Carrie is my favorite musical. Aladdin, Pride. Hedwig, Pride. The first year. The Hurt Locker, which isn't a real show, but if you see Hedwig, you'll get it. You'll get it. You'll get it. Heathers, miscellaneous cast. I have 4 cast signed Heathers playbills, guys. I was a Heather super fan. Oh, this is odd. Another Forbidden Broadway Alive and Kicking. Did not know I had 2. Didn't. Hair at the Public Theater with Jonathan Groff before he wasn't in it anymore. And Patina Miller. Oh, what? Patina Miller come back to Broadway. Oh, here's that other Heidi Chronicles. Yeah, Gypsy, signed by Patti LuPone. Clinton, the musical, off-Broadway. You guys, I'm really, really sad because I really, really wanted to see that show because it looked fantastic, and Carrie Butler. Airline Highway, signed by the cast. Another show I would have liked to see, but I live like 13 hours from New York, so screw me. Honeymoon in Vegas, signed by cast members, including Rob McClure, Tony Danza, random person right there, and Nancy Opal again. Nancy Opal, you guys. If you don't know who I'm talking about, look her the fuck up. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Paper Mill. Hairspray with some of the original cast. It was right after Melissa and what's his name, Matthew Morrison and Carrie Butler and all those people left, but Harvey Fierstein and Jackie Hoffman, they stuck around, you guys. The Cripple of Anishman. Atomic, a community theater production of 9 to 5. I've seen it twice, you guys. I love 9 to 5. Disenchanted. All the Way. Becoming Dr. Ruth. Love her. Don't know her name, but that 70s show. Buyer and Seller with Michael Urie. The Off-Broadway. Betrayal. Dun dun dun. Dead Accounts. My prized possession, you guys. Carrie the Musical. Original production. Signed by Lindsay Haitley, Betty Buckley, and Charlotte D'Amboise. I got it for like $40 and it was the best money I ever spent. Hunchback of Notre Dame, when it was in La Jolla. Ghost, the musical, non-equity tour. I got this through fan mail, and I didn't know it was going to be this big, but they sent me one anyway, and they put it in a new envelope. Good for y'all. This concludes part 1, and it ran really long. I might, like, try and trim it or something if I can figure out, because I'm not that techie. Yeah. How you turn this off? It's a new video camera!